when you were a teen,
Oh, God.
did you just think no one was ever doing anything they weren't supposed to do? Or were you just not invited or let in on the secret? Because we just were never invited or let in on the secret. So then years later, you find out everyone's been having sex this whole time. Everyone's been doing drugs this whole time, drinking this whole time. And just no one ever thought to invite you because you were a fucking loser. Welcome to the Redirect Podcast. I'm Abigail Freshley.
And I'm Emily Rojas. The Redirect Podcast is the show where we shift the conversation back to books. We discuss themes from some of our favorite books and how those themes show up in real lived experiences.
On today's episode, we are doing a reading rewind, rewinding it back to the Christy Miller series by Robin Jones Gunn.
But before we get to that, if you are enjoying our show, we would love for you to support us in a few super simple ways. First, you can go on to Apple Podcasts and or Spotify and leave us a 5-star review letting us know how much you love the show.
You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Redirect Podcast. You can follow Emily on all platforms at Emily Rojas Reads, me on TikTok at Fabigail11, and on Instagram at Fabigail Insta. You can find us at redirectpodcast.com, where you can access our full library, our back catalog, and shop for really cool merch. But if you really, really love the show, we'd ask you to share our show with a friend, because sharing our show with a friend matters more than any of those things, and it helps us grow our community of book-loving nerds.
Yeah, and sharing a show with a friend can be, you know, online, in real life, recommendations, everywhere. So go do it. Go forth and prosper. Shout out to you guys. So pumped. Also, favorite books. We gotta maybe rework former favorite book in this case. You know, but lately we've been slogging through.
Okay. I mean, when we have really not talked about this pre-recording. So you guys are getting our fresh take. I would say, well, I've never read this before. So I can't really compare, but I will say I feel like this did not age as terribly.
No, yeah.
As some of the other reading rewinds we've done.
Correct.
It's just, it didn't age as terribly as Redeeming Love for sure. Our most recent one. It is, I imagine you're looking at it with a very different lens.
Correct.
And as I was reading it, I was comparing it to the lens I would have had on it if I was reading this when I was 15 years old. I would have eaten this up.
Correct.
When I was a teenager.
Yes.
I would have loved it.
Yes.
So anyways, I mean, this has been a highly mentioned, at least like in my comments and things on social media. People want to know if I've read the Christy Miller series. It comes up a lot. I escaped it somehow. My husband didn't. Zach read the Christy Miller series. He read. Well, I was rereading it today, and he was like chilling in the living room with me, and I kept on being like, "Oh no!" And he'd be like, "What? What's the tea?" And then he would like his genuine reactions were so great because he forgot almost everything that happened.
Yeah, me too. Yes,
but then I'd be like, they gave Todd the money to take her to Disneyland.
Oh my god! Don't even.
I know. So, anyways, that was fun. Yeah. But what was your experience reading these Christy Miller books?
Yes.
And also, what are they?
Yes, I'd love to share. I will say these are probably, I read about the author. These were first published in 1988. So it is a little before our time. Or they were written in they were in the 80s. So
honestly, it really gave the vibe to me of like more of my sisters and older brothers' experiences. Yeah. With like youth group and Christianity, and you have an older brother, same age as my older brother, 11 years older than us. So I felt like I could relate to it in many ways, like the mindset, but more like the technology, seemed a little, the analog nature of life, the vernacular, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So anyways, Christy Miller is a lengthy series of books with multiple spin-off series as well. Written by Robin Jones Gunn.
Sierra or something.
Yes.
Sierra Miller.
And those ones I remember way more.
Zach was telling me there's like a scene in like a Sierra Miller one where they're like making out and then the guy is like, we have to stop or something like that.
That tracks. I mean, the big thing I remember from those, which we get the beginnings of this in this series, we'll get to it, is Doug and Tracy end up getting married and they save their first kiss for marriage. And Sierra watches their wedding. I remember this so vividly. And she's like, Oh, that's so amazing. Like it like converts her because she like sees this really romantic moment at the altar where they're anyways.
Have you ever been at a wedding where the bride and groom did that?
No, I've never been to one in real life. I would love to. I think that time of my life has passed. How'd it go?
So actually my father was performing the wedding.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to comment on really, it if it's
No. It was funny that I'm saying that to like intensify the awkwardness of the situation because he was within like the splash zone. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Please. Okay.
It was pretty.
I mean,
it was pretty PG-13.
Yeah. So don't do that. At least do it like the day before or something. I don't know. Like practice.
Or you know what? Like Jessa Duggar.
Where she left.
Jessa said
did it in private.
Yeah, period. I'm saving my first kiss for my wedding day. But y'all aren't going to
not in front of everyone. That's a good call. Yeah. If you're going to do it.
You were so right for that.
Yes, she was correct. I remember that too. Anyways.
You were so right for that.
So,
off topic.
They're published, so when I read them, it was like this, and I think you read it as well, where it's all in one volume, but it's 3 different books. And there are like, I think there are 4 volumes of Christy Miller in like high school, and then we get the college years, her
it's like Boy Meets World.
Yes. So that's part of why I loved it as well. Anyways, I vividly remember I was spending the night at my cousin's house, my cousin Emily and Ellen, and I was in Emily's bedroom, and I was sleeping on the floor, like on a cot, and I remember turning over, and I was like eye level with her bookshelf, and I saw this blue book that said Christy Miller Collection Volume 1, and it called to me, and I was like, can I borrow that book? Like, it just looks really good.
Tom Riddle's Diary. Yes. It's like how orc.
And so I borrowed it from her. I think she had like all the 4 books, maybe, or she just, I don't know. I ended up borrowing it from her, and I became obsessed with it. I love these books. I didn't recall many things from them. So yeah, like I said, I remember the Sierra whatever spinoff, and then I think like she has a friend Katie who ends up being based on the Katie girl who went to Africa. You know that girl?
Kisses from Katie.
Yes, Kisses from Katie.
I was just talking to someone about this the other day.
Yes. So I think that's part of it. Like that girl maybe gets her own. I could be misremembering. But anyways, there's like several spinoffs, and you watch Christy Miller grow up, which is kind of nice. Like, I don't know. That's a unique.
I mean, that's what I loved about watching Boy Meets World as a kid, was like you literally got their arc from middle school to the end of college.
Yes.
I mean, that is like tea.
So the premise of Christy Miller is that she is 15. She lives in Wisconsin, and her family owns a dairy farm. And shout out Wisconsin. And she gets to go for the summer to live with her like rich, childless Dink, aunt and Uncle Bob and Aunt Marty, and they're like sophisticated and so yeah, she spent the summer with them in like.
Although I do want to say,
yeah,
she goes to Newport Beach. That's where they live. Mm-hmm. Newport Beach is like red state California. I do want to point that out.
From both Uncle Bob and Aunt Marty. Respectfully.
So yeah, I mean, it was California.
Yeah,
but it was like Orange County.
Yeah, and so she, her aunt and uncle are like spiritual, not religious, and then like maybe vaguely.
Yeah, honestly, they're really cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll get to them.
I mean,
so
we'll get to them. I have so much to say about them as characters, and I don't even think that Robin Jones Gunn meant to build them out in such rich lives.
I agree.
But they are a rich tapestry of human beings.
I can't wait to talk about them. So she moves out there, or she goes to spend the summer with them. She is like struggling with like, she's like also a Christian. She goes to church, but she doesn't really know like, what does that mean to have a personal relationship with God and blah. And she meets these and
actually, she's kind of a brat at first.
She's a brat the whole time, to be respectful.
Yeah. So her name is Aunt Martha. Yeah. But she goes by Aunt Marty.
Yeah, she goes by Marty with an I. Slay.
And Marty
queen.
Exactly. That was so slay of her.
So cool.
Honestly, if your name is Martha and your last name is not Stewart, you should be going by Marty. That's really cool.
That is correct. Yeah.
Anyways.
So yeah, she's a brat first for sure.
she's like, oh my God, like Aunt Marti wants to take me shopping at like all of these places and they want to take me to all these nice dinners and I live on this house by the beach. And I just like, I wish I had never come because like, I don't know how to make friends on the beach.
Like, okay, girl.
Okay.
Hello?
You want to go back to Wisconsin?
With your,
whatever.
Yeah,
I was like,
your dumb friend Paula who doesn't even like you. Yeah. So yeah. Do you want to just go plot? Like, do we want to recap it?
Yeah, we just got to go. I think this is one of those we got to go plot
just
point
dive
by
in.
plot point.
So yeah, so she moves out there. She is a brat. Like when she first shows up, she's just, first of all, Robin Jones Gunn loves to describe what people are wearing near constantly.
Oh, I would not be surprised if Robin Jones Gunn has a bit of an eating disorder. Would you say?
I would say.
Because it was extremely jarring.
Yes.
The mention of people's thinness, the calorie counting, not even to serve up. There's no plot payoff.
No plot.
For the way that she describes food and control and all this stuff.
And it's not even
it's just like casual.
This is what was so jarring to me because, so you're like, yes, Christy is repeatedly described as being slender or slim and tall and like thin. But then like Aunt Marti like also is trying to like make her diet and is like, don't eat that, don't eat this, you need to eat salad, you need to have smoothies. But then it's like, that's like kind of vaguely insinuated to be bad, what Marty's doing, but not enough. And it's weird if you're going to say like, hey, that's bad what Marty's doing. Why are we continually describing Christy
doing it
as slim and like thin? And like that is her descriptor. Like almost everyone has like 2 or 3 adjectives that she'll repeat. Like the mom
slender,
has like graying hair and is frumpy. Aunt Marti has like a short dark bob, is sophisticated. Uncle Bob,
and there's also multiple times where they like describe like they use disparaging. They describe like people who are like classless or like frumpy as like being fat in this book. So
it's weird because it's like, hey, you're not getting the message across. And I do remember there's a scene in the second book. This is like not great. Where Christy, I don't know if you got here, Christy's like, oh, I read in this magazine, if you chew things 20 times, like you count your chews, that'll help you eat less and it helps you stay thin. And I remember reading that and being like, oh, I should count things 20 times.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, you wouldn't last an hour in the asylum where they raised me. No, literally, yes.
And it's not like explicitly
I actually did
hey,
that. I used to count how many times I chewed.
Exactly.
Because I was like, this will make me skinnier.
Anyways, she shows up and she's wearing a long floral print skirt and a pink two-neck top that hung to her knees. That was Christy's outfit upon arriving in California.
She was like, I know what else to do. When I go to California, I should dress like in resort
I'm
wear.
Amish. Anyways, Amish resort wear. So yeah, Marti is low-key cool. That was my first note about her because she's like she's not great, but she is cool. Like I do think
she's like she's cool in a boomer mom way, where it's like, yeah, she's still gonna give you an eating disorder.
Yeah, but she's gonna spend $1,000 on new clothes for you and makeup and take you to get your hair done and like that's kind of cool.
And like, be like, here's how you get the guys.
Yeah. And yeah, but no, Christy hates her. She loves Uncle Bob in a way that is a little concerning.
Okay, let's get to that.
Let's talk about Uncle Bob.
Why does she want to fuck Uncle Bob?
Dude.
And why does Uncle Bob want to fuck her?
Why is Uncle Bob Uncle Bob?
Because, I'm sorry, he describes her, okay, hold on. Going to my highlights. He describes her eyes as being limpid pools.
Yes, limpid pools was crazy. I remember that description as well.
He's like, who wouldn't love you, Christy? You're so attractive and your eyes are like limpid pools.
You are 15
Excuse
and
me,
my niece.
Uncle Bob.
But, yeah, so, and Uncle Bob is like, I want to remember so bad, like, how this storyline plays out, because even in these first 3 books, you don't get much resolution with Uncle Bob and Aunt Marti, because Aunt Marti is pretty much a villain character, and Uncle Bob is like this cool, chill dude who's like attractive but old and like successful and is always like giving her good advice. Which, by the way,
Christy really points out. She's like, he's 50, but he doesn't look it.
Yeah, like repeatedly.
Easy, he's your uncle.
So, anyways, yeah, it's just weird. Like, I wish I could remember what the deal is with Uncle Bob, but because it's also like, hey, why are these two married to each other? They don't seem to like each other that much or like be on the same page.
It's It's giving boomer parents.
That's fair. That is fair. So yeah, that's how she starts her time in California, is like, I need to, but this is like, I know it's Christy's nightmare. This was my dream come true. If you had told me when I was 15 and like awkward and feeling like bad about myself that I could go to a new state where I would be on the beach and my cool aunt would help me with my dressing and my hair and my makeup, and I would look cool and I could reinvent myself and I could go to the beach every day and like meet guys and like be attractive to them.
No chaperoning.
No like you just go down there.
Walk. Yeah.
Like, that's my dream come true. And it was really hard to relate to Christy.
I really feel like this was the exact vibe of just what you loved about camp.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because it's just like, you're like, it's like the feeling of being at church camp, and it's like, you're always going to see your crush.
Yes.
Like, you are always like, the whole point is to hang out and see each other. And
yes.
Like,
and you get really dressed up for the night service.
Yes.
And like, everybody's doing each other's hair because like your crush is going to be at service, and you're finally going to get, after being like sweaty and gross all day, you can change and you can like look beautiful
and like show what your potential is.
Yes.
No, that whole thing, I was like, Christy, why are you squandering this?
Yes. So anyways, her first date, she goes down there, she's wearing like a lime green bathing suit, and these surfer guys are like, hey, green bean, and like be mean to her, and she goes and cries her eyes out because she's a brat.
Which is also kind of silly. Like, what?
Like, it's not even a good insult.
That really happened, but
yeah, I have a hard time believing any of this, but yeah, okay.
This is what Aunt Marty says. And just think, they called you a bean, not a frosty cone. See? They're saying you're thin. That's almost like a compliment. That's a direct quote.
Like, hey, Aunt Marty, I really want intervention for you, but like,
Marty,
do think you're an icon.
You to be your best self.
Yeah, I love you. I want to be you. I want to be a rich aunt so bad. And then your freaking niece, you're so excited to spoil her, and she's like, I hate you, Aunt Marty, for buying me all these clothes.
She's like wearing out the Amex, like the stripe is literally giving out. It's exhausted. She's like $700, $1,000 makeup counter. You know,
like, that's just my dream life. But okay. Okay.
So she's like, okay, Aunt Marty, everyone hates me. She's like, okay, well, we're gonna like, shut up, bitch. Get in the car. We're going shopping.
Yes.
And like, I can fix this with money. And so she gets the whole makeover. It's like a whole thing. Mm-hmm. And then Aunt Marty kind of takes it upon herself to then be like her personal coach.
Yeah.
And that includes for dieting. So like the first morning after she like is like, you know, what not to wear, she gets up and like she wants her to have this like weird protein shake.
Yeah.
And Uncle Bob made waffles.
Slay.
And then Aunt Marty goes, but sweetheart, don't you realize how many grams of fat are in that one waffle? That certainly isn't a proper breakfast for a young lady who wants her eyes to glow, her skin to gleam, and her hair to shine.
I mean, okay, yeah. Talk to your husband about that one. He's the one who made the waffles. Respectfully, like, let's not give Christy Miller an eating disorder. Yeah.
And at this breakfast, we get a really important piece of Bob and Marti lore.
Yes.
Here's the Bob and Marti lore. I hope you've also told Christy that much of your success can be attributed to that wonderful secretary who worked with you in your first real estate office. She put her arms around his neck and kissed him on the cheek, leaving a smudge of fuchsia lipstick. You know, she went on, that sweet young secretary you ended up marrying.
This was so... who's writing Christy Miller fan fiction about how Bob and Marti got together? Because this is so serious. What do you mean?
Like, Robin Jones Gunn, this is what I'm saying. Like, you didn't mean to do this? Like, she was probably trying to be like, look how tacky they are.
Yes.
And like unchristian and unredeemed.
No.
But no, I'm like, I want this story.
Correct.
I know about them.
They are insane. And it's not like she broke up his marriage or something. Like, he just fell in love with his secretary. What's the big whoop? I mean, it's not the best, but she doesn't work for him anymore. Look at her. I bet she hustled her whole life. This is my headcanon for Aunt Marti. She like grew up poor. She doesn't have parents or something because nobody in this freaking series has parents who care about them. So she can be another one. And she's like working probably since she was like 14. Kid. Yes. And she's like had to fake how old she was to get a job. And she's like got this secretary job. She's busting her ass. She's like, I'm gonna make it one day. And then she marries this rich real estate guy.
She was staying hot. She's in the gym.
Keeping it tight. She's not eating.
No, she is going to extremely bad lengths, but she's like, I'm going to marry rich.
Because I'm not going to live like this
rich,
forever.
Proximity to rich men. How do I get close to rich men? I work for them as their secretary.
And what did she do?
And she bought those little tights with like the line up the back.
Yeah, I love her.
And she was like, yeah, no, I can work late.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Anytime, Bobby.
This whole backstory.
All right. Yeah, I need that actually. So, I love them. I'm sorry. They're the toxic, like, childless couple of my dreams, by the way. I love them.
Wait, why is it like almost it's a less toxic version of like Michael and Jan.
Yes. No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just like a little
took me by the hand.
Dial both of them down like a couple notches, and that is who this is. Yes.
Could you see Aunt Marti doing like a Serenity by Jan? Like having a candle room where she just goes and smells all her candles.
Dude, yes. And
I love them.
I do love them.
I hate when they leave the page.
I know.
It makes me
some extra lore from the third book. This might be an appropriate time to reveal that Aunt Marti did have a child. They had a child together who died the day before Christy was born, and they've never talked about her. And I'm so sorry. So Christy finds out about this, and because her mom is like, this is why she like wants to be a mother figure to you, because she like thinks of you as like her daughter that she never had, that she like lost when you were literally like the baby dies and then the next day Christy's born. So this is the trauma we're dealing with here, and then they like could never have kids after that. So that is the background on Marti, which does make her even more human. To me.
Yes. I mean, actually, and again, I really don't think that Robin Jones Gunn like meant to do this.
Yeah.
But I think unintentionally what we see is a baddie, Marti.
Yes.
In her full power.
Yes.
And we see a young baddie, Christy.
She could go either way.
Throughout the course of time, squanders
her baddiness.
Her ability. We lost a baddie. Yeah. We lost a diva.
We did. Diva
she was
down.
on her way to greatness. It was diva down. She got enraptured by the most lame, cheeseball, mediocre guy named Todd.
Dude. Todd. We'll get to
Todd.
Him. He sucks.
And she loses her baddiness. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She just she could have been. She could have been a baddie. Great baddie of all time.
And I think I understand Marti, because like she probably comes from Wisconsin too. Maybe her parents owned the dairy farm before Christy's parents did. And then she moves to California. She's trying to make her own life for herself. I forgot she is Christy's mom's sister, so the whole backstory might not quite work the same way. But, like, she's probably the younger sister. She's, like, trying to set her own path in life. And everybody's, like, always judging her and being like, why did you move to California? Like, you suck. Your life sucks. And we hate you. And she's like, I'm going to make my own way. And I'm going to show you guys. And
meanwhile, she's flying Diamond Medallion coast to coast.
Yeah. And your dairy farm is being closed down.
Custom Balenciaga fittings. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. And I think I understand, like, Bob and Marti, especially throughout the series, are like, hey, Christy, like, you can slow down and, like, take time to figure things out for yourself. And I understand that, too, because if my niece came to stay with me and, like, whatever, she's all of a sudden, out of nowhere, is, like, becoming super hardcore religious or anything, like, a personality switch, I would be like, hey, it's okay to, like, that's fine if you want to go to church, like if you want to make new friends, but this is like a lot all at once, and you're 15, and like, are you okay? And I feel like they're being, I don't know, I feel like they're being chill about it. So Team Bob and Marti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
anyways, so
we have to get on with the plot.
She does go back to the beach, and this is when she meets the loser of all time. Todd. Who rescues her from the ocean, and Alyssa.
Also, Sean.
My God. Dude.
Oh my God.
I did not remember anything about Sean. Anything. I wasn't ready.
What the fuck? Okay, so.
Not ready. So yeah, she meets Sean, Alyssa, and Todd.
It's very clear
and Tracy,
that there's like two camps. No, not
yet.
She doesn't meet Tracy.
Okay.
No, yeah, she does meet Tracy.
Yeah.
Tracy shows up.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, two camps. Two types of people in this world, by the way. losers,
there's good
bad people who aren't Christian, and
who
really amazing people who are the worst
the
person
most annoying people you've ever met. Oh my god, you're like the most punchable guy you've ever known.
If my friend,
all right, so
whatever, we'll get to Todd. We'll get to Todd.
Who I used to love.
I used to love Todd. I was so upset to lose him. I lost Todd, though. He's gone.
I mean, here's the thing. When I was reading this, I was like, oh, 15-year-old me would have loved.
I would have loved Todd, and I did.
I would have been obsessed with Todd.
So anyways.
So here's the thing. Okay, so Sean and Todd are buddies. Mm-hmm. But a year ago, Todd had a bit of a transformation in his life where he gave his life to the Lord and asked Jesus to come into his life and be his personal Lord and Savior.
On Christy's birthday, which is such a freaking trope that I would have eaten up again. But like, oh, that's
destiny.
That's her birthday? Oh my God. That was the day I was baptized. Anyways, so yes, in the ocean, by the way.
Anyways, so like Sean is on the beach and he's like drinking a beer. And then Todd is like, oh, no, I don't really want that. And then Christy's like, well, I brought Cokes.
Yeah.
And so, like, whatever. And then, like, Alyssa and Sean are like bad girl, bad boy.
Yeah. They're both
and
hot.
Todd's like, oh, do you want to, like, go get ice cream or something? Because he and Tracy work at this ice cream shop or something, whatever. And Christy's like, are they dating? What's the vibe? But like, I don't know, because Todd's paying me attention.
Yeah.
And I think he's cute. And so therefore I should change. She's immediately. And like, I get it.
Yeah.
I actually relate to this so
me
hard.
Too.
And so there's no judgment to this queen.
No.
She's 15. She changed. She was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and change my entire personality, life purpose, and mission in life to get Todd's attention.
Yeah.
Locking in.
Whatever Todd says, I will do. And that's okay.
No, I'll do it.
Because Todd is a Christian. So it's okay that I'm doing this. And it is never portrayed as a bad thing at all for me to change my entire life for him.
And if she had changed her whole life for Sean, it would have been a horrible thing.
Right.
But no, she changes her entire identity, belief system, sense of self, everything.
Everything. And it gets worse.
For Todd.
Throughout the 3 books I read. Yes. Yeah, so Sean and Alyssa peel off. And Christy, I'm like, oh, sweet. Me, I see me. She's like, are they going to get lunch or something? But they're like clearly going to go fuck each other. And they're like, everybody's like,
full of ignorance.
What is wrong with you?
No, okay. Listeners, there is this phenomenon, and I want to know who can join us in this.
We're accepting applicants.
When you were a teen, did you just think no one was ever doing anything they weren't supposed to do? Or were you just not invited? Or let in on the secret? Because we just were never invited or let in on the secret. So 10 years later, you find out everyone's been having sex this whole time. Everyone's been doing drugs this whole time, drinking this whole time. And just no one ever thought to invite you because you were a fucking loser.
That's Christy Miller.
No, that's Christy Miller.
Yeah, that was us. We call it the cyclone of ignorance, which is where you and your friends
don't know anything.
Yeah.
And no one would ever tell you anything. And so you just talk to your other friends who are in the cyclone with you.
Right.
And you're just like, no one's doing this, right? You're like, no, I've never done this. Okay.
And then years later, you're like, oh. Everybody was laughing at us, which is fine. It's fine, yes. Christy. But yeah, it was so funny. This happens more than once. There's a scene later we'll get to where she has no clue what's going on.
Oh, it's way worse.
It's
okay, so
hilarious. Okay.
So there's like kind of nothing really happens for a little while. She's just like going to the beach, hoping Todd will be there, getting dressed up. She's doing her eyeliner before going down to the ocean.
She does her eyeliner. Like, I think 20% of the book is her doing her eye makeup, taking it off,
spritzing her bangs,
and then like her, talking about how her eyeliner is gloopy. Gloopy is used more than once.
Yes.
And she's like, why can't I do my eyeliner?
Ocean water is oozing.
Yes. So she's like dripping.
Ocean water doesn't ooze, Robin.
She's dripping. Like, dude, the writing. This was
bad.
Actually what I should have said at the top. The most disappointing thing for me was finding out how terrible these books are. And again, the content's fine. But I was like, oh, I love these so bad. I felt like I understood that it would not jive with me as a person today, but I was not expecting the writing to be like, the dialogue is so uncomfortable and cringe. Everything is like an after school special. It is not good, and it's just, that was upsetting to me as well.
write the book.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
If Robin Jones Gunn can write like 40 of these, you can
write the book.
Write what's on your heart. So anyways.
Yeah. So, so she's like, okay, Todd, he's like, there's scenes where Todd is like teaching her how to body surf.
Yeah, very sexy.
Which, okay, that would have like,
oh my God.
I mean, she was so,
I would have been.
She was like, we were going under a wave and he grabbed my wrist.
Grabbed my wrist.
Like, okay, that would have like, I get it.
I would have died.
Like, Christy, I'm not judging you.
No, I was you.
I just wish that you had a strong female role model in your life.
Listen to Marti.
Yes, you did.
You listened to Marti.
Yeah,
but she didn't. Marti doesn't know what she's talking about because she's not a Christian. She's not a Christian.
She's not a Christian. She's playing in dark sided stuff.
Like, no, literally. Todd also, by the way, has a habit, which never gets better, of never communicating. He'll be like, I'll see you later. And Chrissy's like, when? Like, when will I see you? And he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah. So that is how things go. It's just like, oh, I hope Todd will be there today. She's just waiting around to see if he will show up, basically. So anyways, yeah, she gets invited to a party.
She gets invited to this party. She's like, she never knows what's going on with Todd.
Ever.
And
by the way.
Ever. If he's dating Tracy, if he likes her, if they're going on a date, if they're not going on a date, no one really knows.
Very unclear.
But she's going to go to this party at Sean's house with Alyssa.
Yeah.
So she and Alyssa go to the party. Mm-hmm. They get to the party and Alyssa just dips with some other guy that's not Sean. Mm-hmm. And everyone's drinking beer.
She's done with Sean,
and
by the way. Chekhov's, by the way, her sleeping with Sean is Chekhov's her sleeping with Sean. There is payoff for that. I'm going to let you keep going.
Does she get pregnant?
She gets pregnant.
She's pregnant with Sean's baby.
With Sean's baby. That's the reveal in book 3. That's the reveal. And let me tell you, Todd.
Wow.
Stoked. Todd is the most stoked a human being has ever been because Sean and Alyssa created life together and they created an eternal soul. And he thinks this is a miracle because she doesn't abort the baby. There's a whole sideline about if she's going to have an abortion. She doesn't abort the baby. And that's because of Christy's influence on her. And thank God, because now Sean like can live on. And like, he's like, I bet this baby's going to be the greatest evangelist that ever lived. That is Todd. Fuck Todd.
So when Zach went to college, his mom wrote him this letter.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And in the letter, she was like, one time drinking can make you an alcoholic.
Sure.
One time doing drugs can make you a drug addict.
There.
One time having sex can make you a father. Which she was right about that one.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. That's the only one she was right about. But that was the energy of this book. Is like,
one
you can't
bad decision.
Just casually experience. No, and all bad decisions are equal, and they will result in you getting pregnant, dying, going to rehab, something like that.
Everything is just really.
So
extreme.
she goes to this party.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Continue.
She's talking to this guy, and she's like, "Is there any Cokes? I don't want a beer. I just like." And then they're like, "Oh, go upstairs, and you could ask, Sean." She goes upstairs,
room.
and she's like, "Sean, you have any Cokes?"
You're dumb as hell, by the way. Why would he have Cokes in his room? Yeah.
And she's like, this is a weird place for Cokes. Mm-hmm. And she goes in and he's like, oh, we don't have any Coke, but we have this stuff. It's really good. And they're smoking weed.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're all getting high. And then Todd shows up. And Christy's like, Todd. And she like runs out. And she's like,
why is he there, by the way? Why is he there? He's supposed to be this good guy. Why is he there at all?
I think I'm gonna die in this house. Every time Todd shows up.
Yeah. God, I hate Todd. I hate Todd.
So they leave, whatever. They go to walk along the beach to go home because Christy's like, I can't do this anymore. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I relate to Christy so hard.
Yeah.
In middle school, I went to a Halloween party hosted by a girl at my school, and I was never invited to anything from people at my school.
Sure.
And I showed up, and there was literally one boy invited, and I thought it was going to be an all-girls party, but there was one boy, and I got so freaked out that there was a boy there that I cried, and I had my mom pick me up.
Yeah, when I was in 5th grade, I went to a sleepover at my friend's house, and we went to Blockbuster to pick out a movie. This is so embarrassing. And they picked out a PG-13 movie, and I wasn't allowed to watch PG-13 movies, and I literally was like bawling my eyes out, like telling them, guys, I'm not allowed to watch PG-13 movies. Like, we can't watch this. I was like so scared. And I stayed, and we did watch it, and the guilt was like all consuming, which is crazy.
What movie was it?
Good. What's the one where it's like she has like bad luck? I want to say it's like Hilary Duff, and like she kisses the guy, and then his bad luck comes into her. You know what I'm talking about?
I think is it Lindsay Lohan?
Or maybe it's Lindsay Lohan. It's one of those. Anyways, there's something about good luck and bad luck, and then this guy with bad luck like kisses her or something, and so she gets the bad luck, and like everything goes wrong, and then they kiss again, and it goes back to, I don't know. So it was fine. Like,
now, if you guys are wondering why no one told us anything,
again, in high school, I never was invited to a party ever. So I didn't have this experience. Good for you, Christy.
No, I don't know.
You got out more than me. So yeah, anyways, they go down to the beach and they're like walking home. He's like, let's go get ice cream or something. And while they're there, they pass Sean and his friends, and they're all stoned.
And by the way, again, being stoned doesn't make you want to go. Okay, I got stoned once on the beach, and that I will advise not going in the ocean when you're stoned, because I did pull a muscle in my calf.
So this could have been you, Abigail.
By just standing in the shore, but I did not have enough energy to go out. I was like standing in the surf, and like a wave hit me, and my like knee went like this, and like I pulled up, and I felt my calf snap.
Oh my god!
And I like tore my muscle.
Jeez. So don't do it, you guys. Don't be like
do
Sean.
that. But I wouldn't have been able to. I wouldn't have been able to go surfing. This is, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't.
Yeah. So yeah, Sean and his friends are like, we're going body surfing.
And Todd's like, bro, you can't do this. Like, you can't.
He's like freaking
and
out.
he like almost gets in a fight.
Yeah. And they're all like shoving
He's like, you know
him.
what? I've read Codependent No More. I know that I can't make you my responsibility. So he leaves.
Like, fair.
And then Sean dies by getting slammed into the jetty by a wave. And he doesn't make it through the night.
And Christy is the one who is by his side as he dies. Like, Todd, for some reason, calls her, which is crazy.
Oh.
There's not a pastor. Who's their pastor, by the way? They need this is okay. Look, I'm gonna
no youth pastor. It's just Todd.
No, it's freaking 15-year-old Todd, 16, whatever.
By the way, if this wasn't abundantly clear to you all, Todd is blonde.
Yes,
he's a blonde man.
He's a blonde man, and we should have known.
Blonde men are evil.
Can't trust him. So anyways, he calls Christy. He's like, hey, I need to go like track down Sean's family or something. They're not here. Something. Can you come sit by his
Todd's
side?
Parents? Where's Todd's dad?
No, he's neglected, basically. We get to that later.
Okay.
His dad like basically just doesn't care about him and leaves him alone for like months at a time. Like, he spent Christmas by himself.
Might be Todd. Might be.
In the third book, he's like alone on Christmas, just like his dad's in Switzerland or something. Anyways. So his parents are divorced. This is what I'm saying. Everything is so evil. Like, if something bad happened to you in this book, it's like the worst bad thing possible. So anyways.
No, yeah. It's like, oh, he smoked weed once.
He's dead.
If you
Todd's
smoke
parents
weed,
are divorced,
you'll die.
They don't love him or care about him, and he's fully neglected, and Child Protective Services should be stepping in. That's why Todd's like this. So anyways, he calls Christy and is like, come sit by. And so her aunt and uncle drive her, and they're like, okay, what happened to this party? And so she goes, and he dies while Christy's there. She doesn't really know this guy, by the way. She just got to town, and she's like, hung out with him like twice.
She was with him right before he died.
Right. So she's like traumatized.
She's processing that trauma.
But like, again, no time is spent on this being traumatic. This whole scene happens in like 2 pages. The doctor's all of a sudden just like, we did everything we could. And she's like, and then the police are questioning her because they're like, hey, was he like on drugs? And she's like, yeah, there was marijuana. And Marty's blowing her lid. But Marty's the one who's been encouraging this whole... Anyways, so then Uncle Bob and Aunt Marty get into a fight in front of them and in front of her, and they're like screaming at each other. And Bob's like, this is your fault. Like, you were pushing her to make friends. And now, like, again, Bob, maybe chill the big one. Like, okay. So, yeah, Sean dies. He just died.
I think that if you combined the strengths of Bob and Marty,
yes,
you would have an amazing parent.
Yes, because she does mention a lot, and this is like she mentions a lot, like she doesn't feel like she can talk to her parents, but she feels like she can talk to Bob, and he like listens to her and doesn't like shut her down, and so like that's nice. And Marty has some really good qualities, so yeah, if they would just get on the same page and meet in the middle. They would be the best aunt and uncle ever. So.
Okay. Yeah. So my note was when he died. What is this book?
Yes.
And then
I do not remember that.
Or no, we have the most insane thing I've ever read on a page.
Oh my God.
And I've read a lot of things.
We just read Redeeming Love, by the way.
Okay. This tops it. We're at Sean's funeral. And Todd, who is 16, is asked to get up and like give a eulogy at this funeral. And he was like, yeah, about a year ago, like I gave my life over to Christ. And, I don't know if Sean ever did, but I know that I'm going to heaven because I accepted Jesus into my heart. And I don't know so much about Sean. Like he essentially says that.
Yep.
Which is crazy. So inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
And then that opens up a conversation between Todd, Tracy, and Christy about Christianity in the intervening days. And Todd uses this analogy because Christy's like, I don't know, I was raised in church. Like, what do you mean I'm not a Christian?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're sitting on the beach and he's like, out there is Hawaii, but we can't see it. That's like heaven. And we can't swim there on our own. But Jesus is the boat. And this is the most horrible metaphor of all time. And it reveals this fundamental understanding of Christianity. And I don't want to get into the theology of this book because I just don't want to.
Let's not.
But it's like the whole point of Christianity to them is not going to hell.
Yes.
It's not about how you live at all or what you do on earth or what your beliefs are, your guiding principles, or how you should live, what you should do. It's all about going to heaven. Mm-hmm. That's what everyone's focused on.
Mm-hmm. And not having something
and then that's the basis for the faith.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, so she gets to go on this trip then. Again, trauma brushed over. Someone just died. But okay. She gets to go to San Francisco. While she's there.
Marty's like, let's go to San Francisco.
Again, nothing really that important happens except for the souvenir she gets, Todd. Which is, I escaped from Alcatraz. His friend just died by being in the ocean and getting thrown against a jetty. And the gift she gives him is, I escaped from Alcatraz. Are you out of your mind? This was the crazy.
Marty, you should have stopped that.
Oh, God. That was so crazy. Anyway, so she gets him, but he loves it. He doesn't care when she gives it to him. He's like, oh, great, dope.
Yeah, but we have to talk about when she gives it to him.
Yeah.
So,
oh my God.
When she gets back, he's like, hey, he walks up to her on the beach and she's like, oh my God, I wonder if Todd will ask me out or something. And he comes up and he's like, hey, you want to go to a concert?
Todd. I hate Todd. Oh my God.
Young women of the world, listen to me. Listen to me, these wise words from your sister. If a blonde man
stop right there
comes up to you on the beach and asks you to go to a concert, but he doesn't tell you whose concert it is, it's church.
It's just church.
It's just church, you guys.
And okay, that's fine. That. But also, she's so soaked. She puts on a dress that Marty bought her. She does her makeup again, her eyeliner, and it's gloppy. And then Todd shows up.
What is she doing with her eyeliner that makes it globby?
Dude, it's after a certain point, either give up or learn how to do it. It's not that hard, okay? I used to get ready in bed without a mirror. You can get your shit together, Christy.
Do it.
Yeah.
So, okay, she gets so excited. She's like, Aunt Marty and Uncle Bob,
I'm going on a date.
Todd's taking me on a date. Oh my God. And so she's so excited. It's such a huge deal, whatever. And he comes to pick her. He's late picking her up.
Of course he is. That's constant with him, by the way. He's always fucking late.
And he never apologizes.
And he doesn't care. He's a total surfer dude, bro. He doesn't care. This would drive me insane, as you know. Jesus. I have no patience for that. I mean, Eric is always late all the time, so I can't really talk, but you know, you accept certain things. He's not blonde, so it's kind of 50-50.
Exactly.
Anyways, he shows up late.
So he shows up late, knocks on the door, and he's wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and she's like, oh, fuck. I cannot believe I'm wearing a dress right
now.
I'm
too fancy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And she has her little gift for him, the Alcatraz sweatshirt. It's horrible. And she's like, okay. She goes out. He has a VW van. That's what he drives.
Mm-hmm. Of course he does.
Opens the sliding door. Car full of people.
Dude.
van.
The crash out.
No.
The crash out.
I would start crying. I would have started crying.
I would have lost it. Also, by the way, like no guy when I was 15 asked me on anything that could have even been misconstrued as a date. So this never happened to me personally. But if it did.
When was your first date with Eric? How old were you?
17.
Okay.
So, maybe I was, I was like, I had just turned 17. So anyways, close, but not quite. And that was not misconstrued. That was me misconstruing it as friends hanging out when he was construing it as a date. So it was kind of the opposite scenario as to what Christy went through, which is Todd being unclear.
She got invited to a youth group. She got invited to church.
Yes.
So she's sitting in the back of the van. He opens up the sweatshirt. He's like, oh, cool. She's like, oh, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw myself into the jetty, actually.
Yeah. Like
Sean, I can't live.
Going with Sean.
They get to church. She's like, it's like a community center. And then she's like, there's like a hidden meaning in all of the lyrics to this song.
And this lady. The hidden meaning is like, I love you, God.
It is like, it's like Darlene Scheck. And she's like,
yeah.
Like, it's like a Hillsong ass situation.
Yeah. I was trying to find some of the lyrics, but. Oh, here we go. You won't find it at the mall.
You won't find it at the mall.
It never goes on sale. You can't put it on your credit card or order it through the mail. Its value is priceless, but for you, today, it's free. Just give your heart to Jesus and get life eternally. You can't buy it. The price has already been paid. Jesus bought it for you when he raised up from the grave. And she says, is this a religious kind of concert?
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, oh my god. And then she's like, Todd, this is so real though, being at church, everybody's praising and worshiping, and you're looking at your crush like raising your hand. Do you
Todd.
Like me? Todd.
Girl, stand up. His name is literally Todd.
His name is Todd. He's blonde. He surfs. He drives a van. He has no parents. Like, what? That's all I need to know. Oh, anyways, so
she gets moved by one of the songs.
Yeah.
And then at the end, afterwards,
so weird.
Todd's like, hey gang, I got a hookup. And he like brings goes into the back, and they get to meet Debbie, who is like the performer.
Debbie is a crazy name for an artist, by the way.
You know who I was envisioning, and you'll probably bleep this out. I was like, oh, this is Yancey.
I was thinking Yancey. Oh my god, I was gonna say Yancey. I'm not bleeping that out. Shout out Yancey, what she's doing these days. Yeah, it is giving Yancey.
If you guys know who Yancey is.
There's no way they do. There's no way anybody knows who that is. I think she's like personal friends with the people at our former church. Everything about this was giving I don't care. Like, it was like, I could visualize it. I mean, when you go to a church, this is the thing. There's a lack of discipleship. This is my whole point to our childhood, and we don't have to get into it too much. But when you go to a church that big...
Us proceeds to get deeply into it.
When you go to a church that big, there is a lack of discipleship, and you're relying on teenagers who are 17 and 18 to tell you what you should believe. And it becomes this thing where it's like, this is not real because there's no adult in that room, because you're all just like there's a million kids in this youth group. So anyways, that's what happens. Yes. Doug and Todd are like the leaders of their little group. So they go backstage.
She goes back there and she's like, hey, I'm Christy. And she's like, Debbie told her, I've always liked the name Christy.
Oh my God.
It means follower of Christ. Did you know that?
Like,
what a weird thing to say. Oh my God. So anyways, and then Christy's like, I really liked your last song. Mm-hmm. It made me feel something. Ambiguous. And then Debbie's like, oh, what did it make you feel?
She's like,
it's hard to explain. And then Todd is like seizing the opportunity for like her to get evangelized to. So she's like, hey, the rest of the gang besides Christy, anyone want to go buy some CDs? And they're like, yes. And then they're like, okay, wait, no, you stay back. The whole thing was very Predator.
It was giving MLM. It was like
predation.
It was like, we have now got her. She showed an ounce of interest. We're going to leave her here with this, the main girl who's like got the sales pitch down. We're going to leave. We're going to come back. She'll be converted. We got our numbers up. You know what I'm saying? It was very, very sketchy. And it was like, this would make me so uncomfortable if I've never been here before. And now you're leaving me alone with a strange woman. Hello?
Come on. So then Debbie goes, Christy, if you were to die tonight, do you know
that was crazy
for certain you would go to heaven? So then Christy's like, okay, this was like a lot. I think I need to think on it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Which is fair. Again.
So whatever. They all get back in the van. Gus the bus is what it's called. And Todd takes her back home, walks her to the door. And she's like, well, this sucked.
This was the worst day ever. Whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then parting blow. He walks away, turns around. He's like, hey, by the way, like your dress.
He is evil. He does this all the time. He like convinces, he like pushes her away. He's like, not done of shit. He does things to lead her on.
He's in like the love bombing abuse cycle.
Correct. And then at the last second when she's like, this sucks, I hate Todd, he does one little thing, but like, you're not ready for what I tell you.
So low.
You are not ready for when I tell you what happens in the third book between them. Like you're fully not ready. I can't even talk about it. So anyways.
Okay. So yeah. So that all happens. That was drama. And then what happens next?
A bunch of random scenes.
She has a whole thing with Alyssa. She finds out that Alyssa's mom is an alcoholic. She comes from a troubled home. She's leaving. This is setting up the plot for how she's pregnant.
Yes.
Like later on.
From a distance. We find that out through a letter.
But she's at Alyssa's house and she's like, oh, this is breadcrumbing. What you said makes sense. Because she says she's helping her clean up her room and pack.
Yes.
Just wonder what this is, Christy thought. Popping the top open, a circle of little white pills curved around the inside with a number underneath each one. And then Alyssa's like, oh, I've been looking for that for days.
Mm-hmm. And then her new man comes in and he heavily implies that she is like teasing him and hasn't like slept with him yet. And he's like, well, I want to say goodbye to you. And then he realizes Christy's there and he's like, oh man, you suck. You're leading me on. And then he leaves. So it's implied that the last person she slept with was Sean. She doesn't know where her birth control is. Chekhov's Sean, Chekhov's Eric, that was the name of the other guy, and then Chekhov's birth control.
Please use protection when you have sex.
Especially if you're like 16. Like, first of all, don't listen to this podcast. Go away.
Yeah, if you're 16, come
minors
back
do not engage. But everyone else, let's make safe choices. Yeah. So that happened. She was away.
So then she's more confused than ever about where she stands with Todd.
That's a common thing.
One day she's like in her room and she like wonders if Todd is going to come by and say hi to her. He apparently does. Marti comes upstairs and she's like, oh, hey, Todd is downstairs. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, okay. So she goes downstairs and they're going to hang out. And he's like, hey, you want to go to Disneyland for your birthday?
Oh my God.
And she's like, yeah.
Like, duh.
And she's like, are we going to invite anyone else? He was like, I mean, no. And she was like, okay, I don't want to invite anyone else unless you do.
Yeah.
And then he goes, nope. We can celebrate our birthdays together.
Oh my God.
You'll be 15 and I'll be 1 year old in the Lord.
Yeah. Like, okay, great. Whatever. So they go to Disneyland.
So then they spend a little day together. They do some biking. And then I actually, this is one thing that touched me. Mm-hmm. It's like part of Christy's internal dialogue while she's out with Todd and she's like, they're ordering something and she can't figure out what to do. This is like so relatable to being 15. She was like, why do I have such a hard time making simple decisions?
Yeah.
Why do I always lose my confidence at key moments and act like a total idiot? Does Todd notice my insecurities? Does he like me? What about Tracy? Why is Tracy so much more self-confident and bubbly? Oh. Why can't I be more like her? And just like the inner monologue.
I do think like as annoying as Christy is, she is a very, again, why I love these books. She is a very real 15-year-old and that's like how she acts and how she feels. Maybe not all of it is something I can relate to, but a lot of it is like, oh, I know that. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. So.
Later after the date or they're outing together, she comes home and she's like hungry. So she goes to the fridge and she's like, what should I get as a snack? Do you remember this part?
No. Tell me.
She goes to the refrigerator for something to eat and settled on a piece of barbecued chicken and a glass of milk.
Jesus Christ. What is that?
What the fuck?
Oh my God. Sometimes it's like, this is my thing. I like... This is so like amateur like fanfic writing stuff where it's like, to me, it's like, hey, you don't need to describe every outfit. You don't need to describe every meal. That's weird because you start to put things in there that are like, what are you talking about? What is she wearing?
Barbecue chicken and milk.
That's gross. Like, just say she grabbed a snack from the fridge. We don't, like, also the part, I don't know which, I think this was in a later book. But, like, one time Bob's like, hey, you should get the fettuccine Alfredo. And she orders it. And she's like, this is disgusting. It's like milk pasta. I'm like, okay, I hate you, Christy. Like, fettuccine Alfredo.
Shut up, Christy.
Okay. Anyway.
You're pissing me off.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so maybe let's fast forward to when they go to Magic Kingdom.
Oh my god. They go. Todd has like a mysterious Chekhov's wad of cash.
It's a huge wad of cash.
Mind you, pretty sure Todd doesn't really have a job or parents.
He works at the ice cream place.
Yeah, but like we never have once seen him do a shift there. So, anyways, he has this huge wad of cash and he's like paying for everything, like tickets, souvenirs.
We have to skip. We have to go back though.
Okay, sorry.
He picks her up on time.
Yes.
She goes out to the car.
Yes.
Opens the door.
Yes.
And Tracy is in the car.
Oh, right.
And she's like, she flips her.
Rightfully.
She loses
like,
it.
rightfully.
She's like, I thought you said it was going to be just us.
Like, screams.
It wasn't supposed to be a surprise. And she just like, she cracks.
Yeah.
She cracks.
And like, fair.
And Tracy's like,
he's just taking me to work.
Wait, he's like, I'm just dropping her off at work.
And she's like, oh.
But he's like mad at her for having that reaction. Yeah. He's like, why is it a big deal if I hang out with Tracy?
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyways, they give her a joint gift, Tracy. And by the way, she's never just straight up asked Todd what his relationship status with Tracy is.
Right. So we still don't really know. Actually, it never gets clarified. I mean, it does later, I guess, but it's like, why can't we just have a conversation? Like, I would just casually be like, no, I don't know. Maybe when I was 15, I probably wouldn't. Be like, he should make that clear.
I don't know.
Anyways, yeah,
they give her a Bible.
Yeah, a joint gift
because she still hasn't become a Christian.
As someone who uses a joint gift to justify a ship that is not canon, I would say that could be evidence of an existing relationship if two people are giving a joint present to a third person.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about when Remus and Sirius give Harry a joint present from both of them.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a weird thing to do. Maybe if you're interested in taking a girl out on a date, you're giving her a Bible that you are giving her with another girl. I do think that's an overarching message of the series is that actually, it's so weird to read this. The like vibe on dating is so confusing to me. It's not what I expected at all. Where it's like, you can date and it doesn't have to have this like commitment, and you can still have friends of the opposite gender, and like you can kind of like each other, but like, I don't know, it's so weird. I don't know if you felt that way, but it was just like, I was expecting, because I remembered the first kiss till marriage thing, so I was expecting it to be very like courting and like intense, and this feels like a different version of dating that I wasn't expecting.
It's like group dating.
Yeah, like we should just all hang out, and if you like someone, you should see where it goes, and
but never really say it.
But we're not going to talk about it. Yeah, that does continue again. I really deeply want to tell you how things play out between her and Todd. So, continue.
Okay, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
So they're at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
He's like buying her everything, buying her snacks, souvenirs. She wants to get like gifts for her family, gifts for Paula, whatever. Yeah. And he's like,
sure.
Daddy Warbucks. And
Cash.
She's like, oh my God, this is so sweet. Like he's treating me to this whole day.
Yeah.
They hold hands.
Yeah.
They're like a lot of the day.
They like ride a ride together where she's like back to.
Yes.
Like back to his chest.
She actually highlighted this part.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
She said, you look like you're about to jump out. I'm thinking about it, Christy admitted, cautiously leaning against Todd's chest. He felt solid and warm. And oh, how she wished he would wrap his arms around her.
Oh my God. Like slay. I wish that happened to me when I was 15.
When I was in 5th grade.
Oh my God.
And I was a world changer.
Oh my God.
Pre-world changer of the year, by the way. And on my rise to world changer of the year.
Sure.
And my big crush.
Yes.
You know who?
Yes.
Was also a world changer.
Sure. Of course.
We went to Six Flags on an outing.
Oh my God.
And
I remember the Six Flags trips well.
Dude, I like all day. I just like arranging, like, how can I be next to my crush on this ride?
Yes.
How can I like have him looking at me when we're going down the hill?
Yes.
And I remember he was so obsessed with Batman, the Batman ride. And there was like no line. So I rode the Batman with him like 5 times in a row. I was just like, boom, boom. Like I could not stop writing Batman because he could not stop writing Batman. I wrote it so many times. I spent the whole day doing it. And it was worth it.
Yeah. I get it, Christy. I
get this feeling, Christy. I get it.
Best. This is so fun.
This is the best thing that's ever happened to me in my whole life.
Todd does at one point say, you can't take a camera to Disneyland. That makes you look like a tourist. Huh? It's Disneyland. Everybody here, even if you live there, you're a tourist. It's Disney. Like, there's no other reason to come here. People don't live at Disney. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. So anyways, that was my opinion.
So they have this long day. She reveals to him that, like, she is going to have to leave the next day.
Oh, yeah. Right. Her parents called her
early.
Yes.
All this stuff, whatever. But they're having an amazing day. Anyways.
Dude.
She's, like, starting to wonder if maybe he's going to kiss her when he drops her off. And they get home.
It's so upsetting.
He gives her a hug. He's like, he gives her a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And then he, like, walks away and she's like, oh, I guess he's not going to kiss me. Yeah. And then he's like, wait, Christy. And she's like, oh my God, he's going to kiss me. Dude. She looks back over and he goes, he hands her a roll of cash. And he said, it's left over from the money your aunt gave me to take you to Disneyland.
My God.
We didn't spend it all, so I thought you should give her the rest back. The blood drained from Christy's face.
Oh my God.
You mean my aunt asked you to take me today, and she even gave you money?
Uh-huh.
Hey, it's cool. We had a great time. I'm glad she talked me into it.
No.
Talked you into it?
Todd, I hate you so much. I hate you, Todd.
Oh,
this broke my heart. This actually broke my heart. Like, this upset me on such a, like, visceral level that I can't understand. Like, that is, I don't have the words.
This was Chrissy's moment in her life. This was a big decision point in her life.
Yeah.
At this moment, she could have just said, you know what? I'm done with you, Todd.
Yeah.
I'm done with
I
this
wish
whole
she
thing.
had. I wish she had.
I'm going to go back to Wisconsin and find a corn-fed man.
She should have. Maybe not.
But she didn't. And that's the day the diva died.
Yes.
That's the day the diva died.
Diva down.
Because she decided to continue simping for Todd.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's humiliating.
She throws the money in Marty's face and is like, I hate you! Which valid. Again, completely valid crash out.
Oh, either way, I would have crashed out.
Like, are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
I think she underreacted.
I do too. This was when I turned on Marty a little bit because I'm like, I see what you're trying to do, but like, it's just so painful because the whole day, it's like ruined now because it's like, oh, I thought he wanted to spend time with just me. And it turns out he was being basically paid off to do this by my aunt. So, yeah. That's, yeah.
Then, like, she goes to this bonfire to say goodbye to, like, the rest of the homies from the youth group. Mm. Oh, no, sorry. The next morning after this happens, she's like, she starts praying. She's just talking to God.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, everything is so hard. I just wish Todd loved me and blah, blah, blah. And actually, Jesus, I want you to come into my heart to be my personal Lord and Savior. Mm-hmm. And then that night, she goes to a bonfire.
Yeah.
All the homies from youth group are there. She reveals in a group prayer scenario.
Iconic behavior, by the way. Like, the most dramatic way possible. And I love that. She's like, dear God, the drama. So glad I accepted you into my heart today. Amen. And everyone's like, no fucking way. Finally.
You asked Jesus to come into your heart
tonight. Because they're all surfers. So, yeah. And Todd is obviously, not there.
He's not there.
He doesn't even know.
And Doug then walks her home. Doug is another homie. And he's like, well, she's like, well, I'm leaving tomorrow. I don't know. And he's like, well, and he is here. Doug gave her a big hug. I'll see you in heaven, if not before.
That's crazy.
I think I'm gonna die in this house.
Dude, yeah.
What do you mean? Oh my God, I hate it. All right, so next day, she's headed to the airport. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Gus, the bus, driven by our man, Todd, flashes the lights. He has a bouquet of white carnations.
Of course.
Which is her favorite flower. And he's like, I wrote down my address in Florida. It's on the card inside the flowers. I'm not promising I'll write a lot.
Because he sucks. Never writes once,
But if you want to write me.
Yeah, never once
writes. If you want to write me.
No. Yeah.
What the...
Like, it's actually not even that hard. Like, I'm going to spread a rumor. Todd can't read. Because what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? He never writes her a letter.
He can't write.
Todd's illiterate.
Literally, she's like, this is so romantic. He was like, I don't know. Like, if you write me something, like, maybe I'll write you. Blah,
dude,
blah, blah.
don't let men treat you like this, young woman of the world.
Come on.
Todd sucks. But yeah, and then he kisses her in the middle of the road in front of her aunt and uncle. Chase kiss.
And then, like, she gets in the car and she's like, Aunt Marti and Uncle Bob, like, I accepted Jesus into my heart. And then Aunt Marti goes, nice, that's fine, dear. Aunt Marti pursed her lips together. But my advice would be, don't overdo this religious approach to life. You control your own destiny, really, and there's no use waiting on God when you're perfectly capable of taking care of things yourself. Baddie. Your aunt's right, Uncle Bob concurred. As I told you weeks ago, to thine own self be true. You guys are so cool.
They're so cool. I'm sorry. And then she's like...
And that's the end of book 1.
She says, comically, this was the best summer of my life. When it has been basically hell from start to finish until the last second, by the way. Like, someone died. Someone died. Todd sucks.
Literally
friend has to move away
by a dead guy.
Yeah. Like, this, Bob and Marti are driving you crazy, but this was the best summer of her life. Can't wait for the next
your
one.
Aunt and uncle tricked your crush into taking you to Magic Kingdom.
So, that sucks.
Okay, so tell me everything else.
Okay, so book 2, kind of unremarkable, but her family ends up selling the farm. They move to...
I read that part, yeah.
I don't know, somewhere else in California. And she makes, like, friends there who are, like... Again, I'm so confused by them. They're, like, kind of Christian. But the girl, Brittany, she has, like, a full eating disorder. Like, she's on laxatives, diet pills, bulimia. She's throwing up after every meal. Then, Todd left the day. So she moves back to California, they're staying with Bob and Marti, yes. And then Todd left the day, like, she moved back, he left the same day. So they don't even interact at all again.
That whole book?
No, at the very end of this, okay, so she gets arrested at some point, because they go to Palm Springs, and she's allowed to bring her friends. So she brings 2 friends and then the girl with the eating disorder. And the eating disorder girl, Brittany, she's like, I don't feel well. Okay, so she goes on a run. During the run, she goes to sneakily behind everyone's back in the morning, refill her mom's diet pill prescription. And she's like, I'm refilling these for my mom. So then she has to go back and pick up the prescription. So she is like, guys, I have a really bad stomach ache. Please, I'm not throwing up because of the bulimia. It's actually because I'm sick. Can we go to the drugstore to get medicine? And they're like, I don't think we should leave the hotel room because that's like, we could get in trouble. We don't know where we are. And they're like, no, it's like 2 blocks away. We'll just walk there. So they walk to the drugstore and she picks up the prescription and they're like, oh my God, you lied to us. Like, you don't have a stomach ache. You're picking up your diet pill prescription for your eating disorder. And she's like, whatever, like, stop harassing me. And so then she's going to steal the diet pills. And because she doesn't have money. So she just leaves. But then the security guard stops them. Her friends bail and leave Christy there. And she's like, God will protect me. So the security guard arrests her. He calls the cops. They fully book her. They print her. They take her into an interrogation room.
Oh my God.
And she, like, tells them the whole story. Because she had previously, like, the girl had given her one of her old prescriptions of diet pills and was like, here, you can lose 5 to 10 pounds. And Christy was like, I swear I'm going to throw these away. I don't want to take them, but I'm just holding on to them. So they're in her purse. So the cops are like, you have these, like, illegal contraband medication that's not for you. You're stealing. Unfortunately, we do have to book you. They're like, we believe you that you're telling the truth about your friend, but you're getting arrested. And this is going to be on your permanent record. So then God. She gets in a lot of trouble, and then that's, like, the big climax of the book. And then Todd calls her at the end of the summer, and he's like, yeah, sorry I didn't really write you. And then that's it. So then in the last book, it's like, this guy is named Rick. Did he show up in the second one at all? Do you recognize that name? Probably not. Mm-hmm. So there's this guy, Rick, at school who also goes to this church that she starts going to with her friends who kind of suck, but they're kind of Christian. They kind of are mean to her. They're, like, popular girls at school. And so Rick is, I'm going to bleep this, but just so you can have a picture, Rick is giving so he goes to the youth group and he's like, I'm Rick, and he's, like, the hottest guy in school. So they TP his house and whatever. Okay. So then whatever, they go back to Aunt Bob and Uncle Marty's for Christmas. She's like, please, can I go to this bonfire at the beach, please? Like, there's another bonfire. She's like, Todd might be there. And oh yeah, because Todd's moving back to California because his mom got married, so he can't live with her anymore. It's giving like Bella Swan. So now he's gonna go live with his like emotionally absent father. And so he's moving to California too. So she knows he's coming back. Yes, it's all coming together.
And she's so excited.
She's so pumped. Aunt Bob and Uncle Marty
even though he has not paid her any attention.
No, he didn't write her, by the way. He's like, yeah, I got your letters. Hello. Aunt Bob and Uncle Marty give her $10,000 for Christmas for a college fund. Her little brother gets $5,000. So there's some, again, favoritism. She goes to Todd calls her and invites her to Christmas breakfast on the beach. Her family's like, yeah, sure, go have breakfast with him on Christmas Day. But they're like, you have to take David, your little brother. Also, you can't date till you're 16. They just now conveniently tell her this. And she's like, oh, I hate my parents. But she takes her brother with her. And Todd's like, dude, you want to go skimboarding? So they go skimboarding. And she's like she's like making this breakfast on this bonfire all by herself. And she's like, boys, the breakfast, boys. And they're not paying attention. So she goes down. And then seagulls eat their food. So it's like a disaster. But then you find out Todd's like basically neglected because they go to his house and he's like, sorry, it's a mess. The housekeeper hasn't been here. My dad's been gone for like 2 weeks. And they're like, your dad left you alone on Christmas? And then he's like, yeah, he's like never here basically. Then this is when you find out Alyssa's pregnant with Sean's baby. Todd again is like, I can't, oh my God, like even angels can't make a soul, but two people can make a soul. And she's like, isn't that a sin though, that they like slept together basically? And he's like, well, yeah, but like God can redeem all things. Then Todd comes over for like, it's New Year's Eve. She's only staying there for the week of the holidays. And so they say hang out, whatever, blah, blah, blah. She still doesn't know where she stands with Todd. But then it's New Year's Eve and it's like the last day until they go back to where they live. And she's like, Todd, no, there's like a party that everyone's going to at Heather's house, this girl Heather. And she's like, please, Mom and Dad, can I please go? And they're like, no, you cannot go to a New Year's Eve party. You've been out with your friends all week. You haven't spent any time with family. And she's like, but Todd's going to be there. And like, we have to leave tomorrow. And they're like, we don't care, basically. Maybe next year. And she's like, I hate you. She freaks out and she's so mad. She's screaming at everybody. And then she calls Todd to like tell him, because like all summer there's been like this tension between them. Oh, and Doug is flirting with her, but Doug's really into Tracy, but Todd like thinks Doug's into her. And so he's like getting mad and like jealous and like ignoring her. And so she's like, please, can we just talk before I go? And he's like, I don't know, maybe. And she's like, when? And he's like, later. And she's like, but when? I really am leaving and I really want to talk to you. And he's like, I don't know. So then she calls him to tell him like, I can't come to the party. If you want to talk, like maybe you could come over and we could just talk to like clear the air. And he's like, oh, sorry, can't. And in the background, she hears all the friends. Like, they're all hanging out without her. And she, like, slams the phone, hangs up. She's, like, crying her eyes out. I hate my life. So then, it's New Year's Eve, and she's like,
oh, my God.
Everything sucks. Yeah. And Marty's like, why don't you dress nice? And, like, you'll feel better. And so she helps her get ready and stuff. She comes downstairs dressed all nice. And who's there? In a tux, but Todd. And it turns out that the reason he was being so cagey is because they invited him and they're like, let's gonna make this a surprise. So he had been planning to spend New Year's, like he was being cagey about it because he didn't want to ruin the surprise. So he's there and they have dinner, like they have this fancy dinner that Marty, iconic. She like throws this amazing party. She has like coffee service, like candies, beautiful desserts, this whole like plated dinner prepared for everyone. And Todd's like literally preaching to them mid New Year's dinner. He's like, yeah, you guys, like he literally says there are no second chances in hell to them at New Year's Eve dinner. God. And he's giving this, and she's like, I loved when Todd.
I know that's like this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, think on that. And then, okay, so all this happens. Then her parents are like, after dinner, they're like, okay, well, you have her back by 12:30. And she's like, what? And they're like, yeah, you can go to the party, but just come back by 12:30. So she gets to go to the party with her friends. And then he's like, let's leave early, just me and you, and we'll walk back or whatever. And so he walks back with her and he gives her a bracelet that says forever. Hold on. I have to read this to you. Hold on.
What? Like a promise bracelet?
A friend promise bracelet.
A friend promise bracelet?
Dude.
Robin Jones Gunn, what happened to you? Well, who did what to you?
Okay. So he stops in the middle of the road and then gets her out of the car and pulls her into the middle of an intersection. And he said, "This is it. This is where we are." Because she's asking him, like, what are we? Are we dating? Like, what is this? And he's like, not. He's giving her shady answers. "This is where we are. Somewhere in the middle. Kind of like being right in the middle of the street." Christy's eyes shot past Todd to the spotlight. Then it hit her. This was their intersection. They were standing right in the middle of their intersection on New Year's Eve, dressed in the best clothes and stopping traffic. "Todd," Christy laughed. "This is crazy." "I know," he said. "Isn't it great?" Then he pulls out the box and he says, "I didn't know when to give this to you, but hey, now's as good a time as any. Go ahead, open it." She opens it. She says, "Todd, it's beautiful. Read what it says." It says, "Forever." "Oh, Todd, this is so perfect. I love it. Thank you so much. It's exactly what you were just saying about being friends forever. You notice that too?" And then blah, blah, blah. He helps her put it on. "I really mean it, Chris. No matter what the future holds, no matter how many other guys you go out with or how many miles separate us, a part of
what?
you... Dude,
oh my God.
"A part of you will always be right here." He pats his chest. "You're in my heart. You're my friend.
God.
You're my friend. I honestly don't know where we go from here, but I'm not worried. God knows. All I know is we're going to spend eternity together with him. And this is my friend." This bracelet is my way of saying, here's my friendship. I promise it to you. It's yours forever. She feels close to Todd and close to God. And then they see fireworks going off. So she's like, "Oh, it must be midnight." And he says, "Happy New Year." And then he kisses her. And then he kisses her on the forehead.
He kisses her.
Yeah, he kisses her tenderly. And then he opens her car door. And then he
what?
He like puts her in the car and then he kisses her on the forehead as like a friend. And then he said, God's love for us goes on forever, and that's how he wants us to love each other. Then she's like apologizing for being a brat. What is it giving?
It's giving Ryan in The Office whenever he's like mad that Kelly is like dating that doc, the pediatrician. Yes. And so he like does that whole ceremony, gets on the horse, and he's like, "I promise to love you forever or until I don't feel like it anymore."
Yes, exactly. He said, so she asked him what they are too, and he says, "I don't think there's a word for it. It's something between friends and boyfriend-girlfriend. Like you and Tracy were saying the other day at my house, because they were talking about, we need a word between like and love. I really care about you, Christy. I don't want to cut you off from any of your other friends."
Oh my God. That's effectively what you are doing by leaving her in this ambiguity.
Exactly. He's like, "We're friends, Christy, true friends, real friends. What that means exactly, I guess we'll have to figure out as we go along. One thing I know for sure is no matter what happens to either of us, no matter what the future holds, we're going to be best friends forever." He sucks. So
how did this age for you?
I mean, about as well as I expect. I mean, yeah, it wasn't. I don't think there's anything like inherently awful about this. Like some of the other stuff we read, I do think it's not what I would want a child to be learning about the world. But it could have been a lot worse. And I think it's like, again, it's very after school special. It's like clear what it's trying to communicate. And I think it gets its point across unsubtly, you know? So, yeah.
I think it's like a little less insidious than some other iterations of this book might be because it's so on its face about what it's about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like you're not getting like subtly brainwashed. You're just like getting offered a perspective that you could either pick up or put down.
Sure. I do want to say, so I did have to Google, when do Christy and Todd finally get together? I wasn't prepared for this memory, which I don't remember. Not until college. So she's 15. In the Christy Miller, the college years, they have been friends for over 5 years. They have the friendship bracelet, but she wants more. She travels across Europe for 3 weeks with her best friend, Katie. And she wonders if Todd will ever move forward in their relationship. At the end of their journey, Todd tells Christy he loves her, but she doesn't feel she can say it back until she knows it in the depths of her heart.
Good for
During
you.
a youth group retreat to the desert, she realizes she loves Todd. Before she has a chance to tell him, Todd is involved in a terrible car wreck that leaves his body permanently scarred. Christy tells Todd she loves him over and over while he is unconscious in the hospital. She finally gets a chance to coherently reveal her feelings to him during a breakfast picnic on the beach. She thinks that once she admits she loves him, Todd will get down on his knee and ask her to marry him, but he doesn't. Weeks go by, and Christy wonders when Todd will ask her. Shortly before Christmas break, as they gather with their college friends at a local restaurant, Todd pops a question, and Christy says yes. The next 6 months are filled with excitement and frustration as Christy and Todd make wedding plans and realize their differences. They rely on God to draw them closer to him and closer to each other as they prepare for her future together. That is how they finally end up together. Which I was not prepared for, to be frank with you, and do not like in the slightest. So, I was not prepared for how much I would hate Todd.
How romantic.
So I'm so sorry. Yeah, but it is giving very like group dates, be friends, and then get married. Which is certainly
be
a
friends
perspective.
until you're ready to get married.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just
interesting.
interesting.
Maybe I don't think that is the best way, but I think it's probably better than courting.
Yeah, I agree. I actually think that part of this, it's again like maybe a little different than what I would now believe, obviously, but like I do think there is something of like healthy about telling younger Christian girls, especially, like you can not take things super seriously.
Like, focus on other stuff.
Focus on your friends. You can kiss a guy and it's like not that big of a deal, and like go on a date, but like don't get so serious and like all consumed. Because I did see, I think, myself, people I know, the courting mindset throws you into like a very serious relationship very quickly when you're really young, and that can be like not a healthy thing when it again cuts you off from your friends, like you said. So I get where it's coming from.
Yeah.
If a guy said that to someone that was my friend, I want to be your friend forever, and then I'm gonna kiss you, I would not want that for my friend. But I do understand what the message is trying to be. Friends don't kiss like that. So anyways, it could have been worse. Yeah. But I didn't have a good time reading it because I do think the writing is quite poor. So
all right.
But thanks for doing this. This was like a, much awaited episode by me wanting to talk about it. So
yeah, I'm glad we did it. There's a lot to talk about. Obviously, we've been talking about it for like an hour and a half. So.
Yes. And shout out to
There
Marti.
was much to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Marti. Now I want to see. Actually, let me see really quick. Archive.
I know.
Of our.
Do I need to get into Bob Marti fan fiction writing? If you guys see any pop up,
Christy
you'll know. I don't see any. It's not like a established fandom.
Yes.
I'm gonna write a lengthy E-rated fan fiction about Bob and Marti and how they got together. I need that. So if anyone's interested, hit me up. I'll consider that as my next project. All right. Have you read anything good lately?
Let's see. I've read a couple things. I read The Complete Mouse collection by Art Spiegelman. Mm-hmm. This is a very cool take. It's a very famous graphic novel collection, and it is a retelling. It's like Art Spiegelman interviews his father who survived the Holocaust. Mm-hmm. And he's like, throughout the story is telling the story of how he got the interview from his father's time in Auschwitz. Mm-hmm. And it's obviously about the Holocaust. So,
tough.
It's about the Holocaust. Mm-hmm. But I think there's a lot here. There's like the depiction of the different like identities of people, like the Nazis, the Jews, the Poles, the Americans are all depicted as different type of animals. And there's a lot of discourse online about that, about like the messaging behind that, what it means. Strong opinions like for and against. There's a lot here. And it was really good. The art was good. The story was really compelling. And yeah, I'm glad I read it. It was timely.
Yeah. Okay.
It was timely.
I've definitely seen that recommended around. So yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I, on your recommendation, read I Think They Love You by Julia Winters.
Uh-huh.
I didn't like it.
Okay. That's fine.
Which is okay. You've given me so many good recommendations.
I know.
recently.
It's hit or miss.
I didn't connect to the characters in the same way that you did, which I don't think there's any solving for that. I just didn't connect to them.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was a bad book, but I just everything about it felt too like iPhone for me.
I can see that.
Do you know what I mean? Like it was so contemporary that I was almost like, why, like when there's like a song lyric in a book, like a Taylor Swift lyric, and you're like, this shouldn't be in a book.
Yeah.
Like that was my own personal bias against it.
Sure. No, valid.
I was like, okay, I didn't connect with this, but that's okay. And then I also, in preparation for a couple episodes from now, we're going to be revisiting Project Hail Mary.
Next episode.
I myself have revisited Project Hail Mary. And the first time I read it with my eyes, but I've always heard such great things about the audiobook, and the audiobook is extremely good.
Okay.
And Rocky has like a voice.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
In the book.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Okay.
I did have to restart my Audible free trial to read it. But I've been enjoying that. And I have something else that's good that I have kind of gone on the back burner the last few days, but I am excited to tell you about it next time.
Oh, yay. I can't wait.
Because I think you're really going to like it.
Cool.
So,
I'm so excited.
Yeah. Anyways, what about you?
I have basically read nothing, but I do have one that I finished, which is another Cara Bastone, which I recommended 2 of her books already. This is her most recent release. Yes, it's called No Matter What. It was so good. So good, you guys. Okay, so I luckily got approved for an ARC. Love when that happens. I didn't even think to request it until like a week before it came out, and I was like, wait, I could try. Got it. So was really excited because I was so desperate to read it. And I knew it was going to be forever until it was at my library. So anyways, thank you guys for supporting the podcast. But okay, so it follows Roz and Vinny, and they are married. They've been married for 8 years. Roz is like, interesting character. She works at she writes these characters the most interesting jobs, but she works at this like food bank where basically they have this program, basically kind of like a CSA program, but it's like leftover food ingredients that people can buy a box of, and she writes recipes to go with the boxes so that people know how to like use.
I want that job.
It's amazing. It would be perfect for you, I think. It's like a part-time position. And like she does some other stuff, but it just sounds so cool. Like every week she tests recipes and like figures out ways to make these like this collection of ingredients work for people so that they're not like getting this box and then things go to waste. So anyways, that's her job. Her husband's like strong, silent, blue collar worker, New Yorker, Italian, American, all those stereotypes you can imagine. A year earlier, they were involved in this like horrific freak accident that has left them both traumatized. And also involved was Vinny, the man's younger brother, who is Roz's best friend. And that's how they met through him. And he was the most horrifically injured. So he moves in with them for the year. He's like being nursed back to health, doing rehab, like all this stuff. But both of them were also injured, also healing. And this year happens and they are so focused on helping the brother that they like have drifted apart and like they can't talk about anything. They can't communicate. He moves out and there's just like gulf between them. And Vinny may or may not be moving out. They may or may not be getting a divorce, but they like can't talk about it. Oh. And so they're in this place.
Why can't they talk about it? Just because they
just can't communicate. Yeah. They're just struggling to communicate with each other. And it was really, I think, relatable because I think like when you've been with someone for a long time, it's easy to like be like, this is how we relate to each other. And then something awful could happen. And it's like, or just time. And it's like, hey, this old way we used to relate to each other isn't working anymore. And that can be really hard to like figure out, okay, how are we going to communicate through this? Anyway, so Roz ends up like joining this art class by a weird twist of events and learning how to do figure drawing. So she's like looking at nude models, but it's like very poignant. And yeah, it's about them like finding their way back to each other. I love this because they never break up. They don't actually get divorced. They're still living together for the entirety of this book, although they're sleeping in separate rooms and like not really interacting as much at the beginning. But it's like, I don't know. It was just to me, like I said in my review, I've never read a book like this, a romance book, because it doesn't follow that traditional like plot structure because they already are together and they don't ever break up. So it's not, you don't have like a third act breakup and you don't have like a meet cute. It's just like these two people who like love each other a lot, but have been through something really awful and have to find a way to like heal and get to the other side. Also, without spoiling, if you are like kicked in the face by the parts of like Bride and Mate where you get the glimpse into the male main character's head, you will love this book. There's a very smart choice the author makes to show you, because Vinny doesn't communicate. He's not very good at talking about his feelings. But you get these little glimpses through a storytelling device into how he's thinking and how he's feeling and how much he loves her and how much they're both trying really, really hard and how painful that can be. And so it was so good. It was so good. Like, it was so good. And I love a second chance romance, but to me, this is like almost not even a second chance romance, because it's like, again, they're still together. It's just like, I don't know. I just liked that of like the happily ever after. You guys know I hate epilogues. Sometimes the happily ever after happens and then like more things happen. And I think there's love stories that can be told in established relationships that can be just as compelling.
Yeah, so. I want to read it now. Did you get it on NetGalley?
I did. It should still be available. So highly recommend No Matter What by Cara Bastone. And let me know what you think. Really interested.
I'm interested.
I do think maybe this isn't for everyone, but I don't know. I think if you like established relationship stuff, if you like The Long Game, for example, more than Heated Rivalry, maybe this would be good for you.
I don't know. Just like, it gets exhausting. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To like have a breakup.
Yes. And I just love this. Yeah. Because I think like, I don't know. I think, it's just, I don't know. I think there's a lot of angst in you both love each other so much. That's like and I love angst. So to me, that's like delicious to read because, hey, like established from the beginning, we both love each other very deeply. We don't know how we're going to get through this. And we'll have to find a way. So I thought it was really beautiful and lovely. And the little brother's a great character. So many she just writes the best side characters, like all the art friends she meets and the coworkers and the little brother and his like circle of friends. Like they're just all interesting. I want to read books about all of them. So yeah. Love it.
Okay, I'll read it.
Yeah, great. See you guys next time for Project Hail Mary. Bye.
Wait, not quite.
Yes, our next episode will be Project Hail Mary.
Is Project Hail Mary?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, bye.
Bye.